Hello, welcome back. Last time I took a look at the new water tower, and boy did it get more complicated. So, play this room again. How do I do that? Here. So having watched the, how the previous version played out, did give me a couple ideas for things to do here. So, the big new thing that's really getting in my way is that there's a lot more poison here, and a pressure plate I can't step on for some time. So this monster block has to slide into that sacrifice altar. I think that is... Technically that's not absolutely certain. It could be a bomb bug, but if it was, then a monster block would be basically going after it. And that's still a lot of sliding in this column. So this is not the column I will be using. So this flying snake was freed early because that was more accessible and I used it on the sacrifice altar at 7-8 instead of the one who looks like it's supposed to go here but can't quite. I mean, that's not true. That one can go there. It's just you can't also do the rest of the jobs I have for it at the same time. Maybe that's okay. Anyway, just to check some things. There's a train of thought I do want to continue here, but let's, yeah, there's no way I'm getting that statue back while also pushing that block. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Even if I go up here to move it myself, one, that doesn't help, two, I die doing it. And yeah, like, there's this option which sinks the thing. There's this option which sinks the thing. Only one option does not sink the thing and doesn't kill me, and it's this one. If I go over here, statue gotta die in the water. If I go over here, statue gotta die in water. Those are equivalent. There's no real difference between the two. Because the traversal in this location doesn't really matter, and both result in the statue dying. So that statue's not gonna come in here and clear this poison for me. Okay, so what is the sequencing with the flying snake? That has to be sacrificed first. Is there anyone who could go there? So a thought that occurred to me. Pit. So this will become pit when that sacrifice is made. A thought that occurred to me was that somebody could be sacrificed here. This is hot. Somebody could be sacrificed there. And separately a bomb bug could detonate here, while rebounding the monster block to a place I can push it north. That's also true for where the sacrifice altar is. So for efficiency, it would make the most sense if I get this monster block somewhere up in this area, especially where there's a clean bit of ground, which would be great, and then I use it to chase this bug over, have that explode. The rebound from that would let me redirect the monster block to here. Then I can just manually use the switch and push it the rest of the way. Before all of that, I have to get the monster block. I don't think that's going to happen without this sacrifice altar getting used, even though it does come down briefly here. So the fact that it comes down briefly there, could that mean anything? Okay. Couple of other bits of analysis. Who all could go here? There was the flying snake, which I did before, which seems pretty strictly forbidden now. There's Statue B, who is the clear, correct choice, except it stops him from doing his other work. Absolutely no bomb bug could even theoretically reach this place, except if it was first chased in, then I somehow by magic got my monster block back after it was chased, and placed it here. That's the only way a bomb bug could get here, and then I would have to go manually detonate it. This is clearly not for bomb bug. And the changes to this puzzle, I think, make it reasonably clear it's not for flying snake. But it is suspicious that this is so open here, so I think I am getting that flying snake for something prior to going out here myself. So like this is open specifically so the snake can come in, right? Could be for another reason, but I feel like that's the reason. In addition to all that, there's the slug constraint after... Wait, what? Oh right, there's a sacrifice altar there. I'm so not used to those objects coexisting. But it's a thing that can happen now. So the slug is extremely late, which means the angry eye has to stay alive for a long time. That's fine, it's not in anybody's way, mostly, unless I really need to step here. Or hang out here. Oh, or hit this switch. But if that's in place, then that protects me so I can hit the switch and leave the eye alive. So that's fine. Alright, so let's imagine the very last thing I do is kill the angry eye. The second last thing I do is use the angry eye to kill the slug. That would mean... So right, the prerequisites for all of that happening are 1, I've used the statue to push that into place so that I... Well, hang on, that's a different branch. Don't think about that yet. Prerequisite for killing the slug with the angry eye is that a sacrifice has been made here, and clearly Bombug A is the only candidate. Okay? For Bombug A to make its sacrifice, I need to use toggle switch B. Prior to that, I also need to use sacrifice altar 85. Okay, so sacrifice altar 85, then toggle switch B. This will not be happening prior to the altar being used. Which means I maintain access to this switch the whole time. But also means something else. Okay, this cannot happen prior to that altar being used. Okay, what are the prerequisites for this altar? I don't believe I can get statue B onto it. I will give it a quick try, but I'm pretty sure there's just no angle that would support such an activity. Ah, it's not actually far off. And an explosion would destroy rubble. If I could get you to step south once, would that do it? So imagine the bomb bug was there, statue is now here, statue is now here, statue is now here, and I kill it on the altar, yes. I suppose there's one candidate for sacrifice. Wouldn't recommend, though. If I would sacrifice myself. No, this drops the switch? What? Wait. This drops this switch. I mean, yeah, that is what the wire tells me. What? So I need to be hitting this switch simultaneously with that getting sacrificed. Okay, so I see how that could be possible, and it constrains me quite significantly. Let's picture. If only I had that Leaf Imagines feature implemented, but I don't. So, let's imagine. Leaf is here. Monster block is there. Push monster block there. Monster block is here. Leaf is here. Monster block is sliding. In 1, 2, 3, 4, bomb bug has run. 5, bomb bug has run. 6 turns. That bomb bug will explode here and close that door. In those 6 turns, Leaf needs to walk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hit that switch. Okay? Yes, okay, so it is crystal clear. A monster block gets pushed west here to make this bomb bug detonate there, while Leaf runs over here and uses this switch. Okay. And then after that he has to come back up and catch the monster block and shove it this way. So that clearly happens pretty late in the room. Then slug cleanup and all of that stuff. Alright, so that means I can cut off any line of reasoning that involves using either of these sacrifice altars any earlier than at the end of the room. Okay, so ignore this altar. This is the one I need to focus on. Also, what's the switch for? Mystery. Yeah, pretty mysterious. Oh, I got one idea. Oh. Okay, so here's some wild ideas. Let's see. Still can't have that statue clean any poison. I'm just stuck with all of this poison forever. If you're there, then you're not getting sacrificed here, and that seems like a problem. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna cheat. Because I'm given the means to do so. So if you do get sacrificed here, giving me access to the monster block I desire, and then the cheat is that I'm gonna use this statue to go where I was killing that. So, just in this hypothetical... alright, that bomb bug is, like, really in my way, so you know what? Let's blow it up. In this hypothetical, that monster block comes over here. This bomb bug somehow makes its way to a place that it totally can make its way, right? Yes, okay, I see what this geometry is set up to do. Okay. Clear and unambiguous. Now, I do have a slight issue here in that I can't get around, but that's probably what these are for. Okay. So I'd push this. And yeah, I can simply detonate that, meaning this doesn't make sense still. So I don't know what this is for. It seems to do nothing. But okay, I can do the end of the puzzle now. Check it out. Alright, this is a lot of stuff I can do. Just repurposing one statue that I know I can't repurpose that way, but if I did, check out all the stuff it would do for me. I have no understanding of these poison flowers. Maybe they're just not a puzzle element, they're decorative. But those poison flowers, right there, sure do exist. And this statue... Ooh. Could this statue do something for me? It couldn't push this, but could it be somebody who get... You couldn't sacrifice there in this geometry. It is interesting there's a spare statue there. Okay, so which pieces am I missing with this solution? That will do something I don't have to care about anymore. Slug is dead. I never pushed that block because I used statue A the wrong way. So therefore, I can't kill a flying snake, but it is the only thing left. Other than the angry eye. Okay, this is much closer than I thought. So really I just have one kink in my hose. The issue is that I can't place rubble here and sacrifice a statue there when I have only one statue to do those things. I would really love if you could do double duty somehow. I also have one bomb bug who did not have a use. So one bomb bug who didn't have a use. And one fewer statues than I need. Now it's strictly true because this is here, but I can't access it until way after I would need it for that. And an unused mechanism here. Now, what I like about that solution is it removes all need for poison clearing. So that means I can just use this statue here. So then... Oh, okay. I see how to do everything, don't I? So I will use the statue on the sacrifice altar without clearing any poison. And this bomb bug, who can now see a monster block, with this fancy mechanism... Watch this! Ah, dang it, it's pacified, that's okay, I can depacify it. So the bomb bug stops the monster block from going to the wrong place, and look where this is. It's a little too early for that, so I'll leave that in place where it is. I think I solved it. Yes, I can still use the trapdoors in the east and get where I'm going. Yes, everything still works here. Oh, this is cool. Oh, this is so cool. Right, so I can use this passage now. So everything works, except I still do have this unused mechanism here. Let's imagine this is a Pacific toggle floor. If I just pretend that I can't manually blow up that bomb bug, I'll do it from a safe distance over here. There we go. Alright. That's enough of a purpose for that. I cannot imagine how you would enforce that unless I added the capability to have a toggle floor that has the Pacific property. I'm gonna be real, that is an element I have considered adding. Would not rule out that that might exist someday. And it would solve this specific situation. Yeah, so in a hypothetical future where I was adding mechanics to this game, that one would be very easy to do and have lots of utility. So, that might happen. Anyways, so I'm done, right? I think I did everything. Oh wait, I have a task to do here. All of that goes off as planned. I haven't even touched the statue yet. I can do that whenever I desire. You just blow up, you just go in the water. I don't think anything is left out in the cold. Slug dies. I do this shuffle here. Bring out the flying snake, and it's just the last little thingy to kill. I could even kill it on the altar if I wanted. I have no reason to do that, but it was a handy spot, so I did it. Hey, alright, I thought I was like miles and miles away from solving that. Turns out I was real close. Cool. And that felt great. Yeah, only thing is that this does technically end up being optional. But I did suss out its purpose. Let's think about this, though. Without being able to pacify the closed state of this toggle floor, could I brainstorm a way to enforce this mechanism? Some reason Leaf cannot be present up here? What would be a reason Leaf could not follow directly behind the monster block that is sliding? Like, this has to be ice. So you have to hang back and use this. Like, if there was a way that I'd be unable to get away from the explosion? But with the amount of stuff that's going on here and like the intricacy of how everything has to be placed, what kind of mechanism could do that? Nothing really. There is only one way to run, so I'd have to follow directly behind the monster block and back off. This is death, this is death, this is death because of poison. That's safe. Waiting is death. Okay. Maybe you could have... Nah, that would stop the monster block sliding. I was thinking like pressure plate here, closed toggle door there. But the monster block sliding... Could you put that farther south? Pressure plate here, closed toggle door there. Well, that doesn't matter because that's out of range of where it need to be prevented from moving. Yeah, the problem I see with that is that the... let's see, how would the turn order work? Yeah, so monster block would slide across this plate, then the door would close on it, and then it'd be up high and no longer sliding. So unless you have a toggle door whose surface is icy when elevated, or, you know, a toggle floor which is icy on the ground that would be wired the same way, I don't think you could do that. Because you need the ice sliding property and you just can't do anything else with the ice. Okay, it is not obvious to me how that could be enforced. So just the soft suggestion was enough to get me to do it, so I guess that did the job. Okay, why don't I be satisfied with this and just say this was solving Water Tower Day and I'll do the rest another time. Just gonna take a peek. And no, both of these were highly involved, and so was the Great Slug Race, and like that has a lot of stuff I never understood in it. Those are the only 3 left. So yeah, I'll give them their own things. So next time, one of these other 2 towers, I think.